Yeah, well, deserving of it, and I know for those of you who don't know, the last 4 years or so, speaking about Peter DeBoer, another fine guy who's with Florida right now is their head coach, and Steve Spott has taken over that organization, has been the GM and the coach of the team and Canada's national junior team. And a couple of days ago, we got word out of there. It was made official yesterday that he's now the head coach of the Toronto Marlies. I mean, Steve, it's hard to say, but when you and your wife sit down in the family and look at each other, it must have been a very proud moment for you when they finally made the decision.
You know, it was, Brian. It was, I think, a little bittersweet. Obviously, This community and this city, this franchise has been great to us. But to have an opportunity as a boy growing up in Toronto now to work in the Leaf organization is surreal, and I'm very, very honored and excited for the opportunity. But it was tough telling the kids, but at the same time, I think they're excited for their dad, and they're excited that they're going to have an opportunity to watch the Leaf organization grow.
Yeah, they're excited for his dad right now, and until your Marlies team comes out and goes 22-47, then all the kids at school start to get on them. I know that's not going to happen, Steve, but tell us a little bit about the team you're going to inherit this year, because obviously some of the cream of the crop of the team are going to be going to camp and moving on to other teams. What have you inherited from the Marlies that you're going to be working with when you start?
Well, one thing we had talked about during the interview process was the direction of the club, and Dave Nolan, Dave Poole, and Claude Loisel, they want this to become a true development system for them now, where, like in years past, where we had maybe a number of American Hockey League veteran players, I think we'll only see a few of those guys in our lineup over the next couple of years. They want the young Leaf draft picks to be given prime-time ice and prime-time opportunity, not to earn it, but obviously go with a younger group of kids and maybe try to put them in situations that they may not have in the past. So not as many American League veterans. I think you'll see a lot more Leaf prospects compared to the years past.
What do you recognize as your main your main function as the head coach of the Marlies?
Well, it's simple. Number one, make sure that when my guys get called up to play for Randy, that they're prepared. Both physically, they're prepared, and make sure through the systems that they're prepared. So it's all about preparation and taking advantage of an opportunity. So for me, it's making sure when they do get the call that they're going up the QEW, that they're ready to go.
Dallas Eakins worked in the system, and obviously he's now the head coach out in Vancouver. You follow in his footsteps. We're going to see Steve Spott sort of the same sort of MO as Dallas Eakins, very fit team, put all excuses aside, that type of thing.
We have to. I think that's the mandate. The resources from the Leafs are second to none for our prospects, and I'll make sure that when our players have the opportunity to be pushed, that they're going to be pushed, so that for me, as I said during the interview process, when they do get that call, that they'll be ready to go.
Out of respect for Steve Spott and his family and all the years I've been in this business, I waited till the official announcement came yesterday before I called him. Well, for all my years as a senior producer and host of The Fan, I trained my staff too well. I know you've had to sort of clean out your voicemail at least a couple of times since the announcement was made. That's the life when you become a head coach in the Maple Leaf organization. Are you prepared for that, Steve?
You know what, I think when you come through the Kitchener Rangers, I think a microcosm of what I'm going to go into. It's a very demanding city. It's front page. Obviously, you have 7,000 plus every night in this building. So, you know what, I think it does prepare you for that. So I'm excited for the opportunity. I think the timing's right for myself and my career, and more importantly for my family. So, yeah, I think, Brian, it's the right time, and I'm excited about that.
Steve, it's going to be great talking to you as you go on. We wish you all the best. How closely will you be working with Randy Carlyle?
Hopefully daily. Obviously, we're in the same building. We train in the same building at the MasterCard Center, so I'll have an opportunity to communicate with Randy. Obviously, I want to make sure the systems that we run are the same as his, and that the messages are one message. So we'll make sure we're in constant communication so that when the kids are called up, they're ready to go.